Everybody needs love, real love, the love of God. Whether you're single, dating, married, or you need some clarity in your relationships, Heart Drops is for you. Join me every week for fresh episodes that will improve your relationships and your society. Hi guys, welcome to another episode on Heart Drops with Seals. And I just want to say thank you for the love and support. I know that I've not been very consistent, but as you would see, I have changed my ways. Glory. Yeah. So today's episode is very interesting because I have a very interesting guest, and it's going to be an interesting topic. It's a serious topic, but we're going to just we're going to be comfortable, free, and what other adjectives, in that category. But yeah, so I have a guest with me today. Her name is Brown, and we'll be talking about the topic or the title of this episode is, I know we've laughed about it before, but the bounce back episode. Amen.
Amen.
Yeah. So the idea behind this episode is to say, even if you have been through a bad relationship, like a really, really bad relationship, or just not a very pleasant friendship, or something that you have gone through and you're not, happy about it, you can bounce back. You can get better from that. You can heal. You can move on to healthier, functional relationships in the future. You don't have to stay down because this relationship kicked you to the ground. No, there is hope for a tree, even though it is quarter to die. It can arise again. So, Brown, we'll be talking about your marriage, what led to the divorce, and just moving on, really, and how you have moved on so far. How many? It hasn't really been long.
No, it hasn't.
Yeah, so you give us all the details. So introduce yourself, and then we'll just get into it.
All right. Hi, everyone.
Hi.
My name is Brown.
Brown.
And I am Abba's beloved.
Oh, you guys.
Yeah. So today I'll be talking about my experience as a married person, and now
Okay.
that I am divorced,
Okay.
and now I've been able to, move on,
Okay.
basically.
Okay. So the first question I want to ask you is, what even led to the point where, okay, so how was the relationship, and what led to the point of saying, I need a divorce, and I need to leave this marriage? What led to that point?
Okay, so I should be honest, and I should also say that it's a marriage that shouldn't even have happened in the first place.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was very young when I met him.
Mm,
I was 22,
okay.
fresh out of
Uni.
university.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And I never heard the term love bombing until years after, and then it clicked.
Like that's what you were going.
That's what I was going through. Yeah.
Okay.
So at that age, I wasn't looking at getting married, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't even looking at being in a relationship.
Okay.
Yeah. I'd wanted to, just finish my NYSC, go for my master's. That was the plan I had with my parents. I wanted to lecture. I'd always loved teaching.
I like the idea, just not in this current climate.
You have it in you, Sha.
Let's move on.
All right.
Okay.
I wanted to lecture and all of that. So I had finished university, and I met him while awaiting my call-up letter.
Okay.
It was pretty exciting for me. It was very, very exciting.
Was that your first relationship?
Obviously, no, that was not my first relationship, but that was like my first mature, like, how do I explain
Like I'm a grown woman
Like
relationship.
I'm a grown woman relationship, yes.
The other ones were primary 2, nursery 2 love.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
I get it.
Yeah, so that was like my first grownish relationship, and he knew all the right things to say. He had experience. He was 11 years older than.
So at the time. So he was 33.
Yes.
So he had been through the streets.
Of course.
Glory. Okay.
Yeah. So we met, and then I to be honest, I didn't take it serious, and I think this is. Let me give my first advice here. Don't even get into something that you don't want in the first place.
Okay. Because you said you didn't want a relationship.
I didn't want a relationship at the time.
So he let me say he convinced you.
He was able to convince me. Yeah, I was like, oh, this looks like something that I might like. So let me stay, and then
let me
I
try.
got comfortable, and next thing we're getting married. What? How did we
now
get
now?
here?
So like between meeting him and getting married, how long did that take?
I met him in 2016.
Okay.
We did our introduction in 2017. 2018, I was married. Yes.
So in itself, it's not a bad thing, because that's some people's prayer points. Meet me now, marry me tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
And so my case is an exception, because we dated in school, and then we broke up. I broke up because my head was not correct. But then when we got back,
self-awareness is key.
very, very key. So when we got back together, we were married in less than a year, but we already had history.
Of course.
But for somebody who you've never known,
yeah,
I think God has to whisper in my ear before I
agree.
follow. Because I know some people say you can't know him in 10 years, you can't know her in 10 years, but even though upon stay regardless, you still have to like give it some time.
Yeah.
So, but 2 years was not, I won't call that rushing. It's just because it was, maybe the foundation was wrong.
2 years was not rushing, if we're going to be honest.
Yeah, because some people meet and marry in 2 years.
But 2 years just mean I had enough time to, let's say, groom and, And even me, I was living in La La Land. If I'm going to be honest with myself.
So you were not, so is it, you didn't even really know what marriage was about?
I was living in La La Land in my head. So, okay. So the first thing I would say is we believed different things.
Okay, from the get-go.
From the get-go.
Wow.
We believed different things and we wanted different things.
How did you get to the point of marriage if you wanted different things?
Exactly.
So was it you conceding? Is that the word? Conceding? Was it you bending to him or to his own desires?
So I remember, okay, for example, before our introduction, I told him, let's chill. Let me breathe. Let me breathe. I want, because my mom's a career woman. Yeah, I've always known that a woman must have her own money. I'm not the type to sit and ask for money for this money. But I don't know how to do that. So chill. Let me get a job. He said no. I cannot take care of you. I tell you, just say you don't love me. Just say you don't want to.
I see. I get
something
it now.
like that.
Okay.
Yeah. And then he was very accommodating initially. All my friends, my family, It's not like he was a rich man, because some people will say, I want to clarify, he wasn't a rich man.
Okay, so
some people
it's
will
not
say,
like
I married for money. Nope, I didn't. He wasn't a rich man.
Okay.
Let me just put that out.
So he was comfortable.
Yeah.
And he was promising to take care of you. But why was bad? I mean, a job is not bad now.
Yeah, so
I know. So I like to call myself a stay-at-home wife, but I have something doing. I have a business.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so it's not a bad thing for your man to take care of you and have, a means, a source, maybe not a source, but like a channel of income, right?
I just think that it was where his head was at.
And that's like, for me, that's the first sign of financial abuse.
Yes.
When you are completely dependent on your spouse or on your partner.
Yeah.
To the point where when there's a conflict in the relationship, they can withhold money from you to punish you.
Yeah, and I
so now
experienced
I want
that.
to travel, but because my husband is angry, he won't give me money
Travel
to travel.
plans cancelled.
Meanwhile, if I had my own money, I would just say, "Oh, babe, I want to travel." It would be me, let me say, informing him, not me begging him to travel.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
Okay. Wow.
So that was it. I was a little too excited. The love was shocking me, set my heart on fire.
Hey, God, I beg. Any love that sets my heart on fire, I don't want. Let the love be cool. Let it be ice water.
Yeah.
I don't want fire love. And I can relate, because in my late teens, I had that, like you said, fire love. Oh, I can't stop thinking about you. Oh, I'm going crazy. Oh, I can't wait to see Ace after everything. In the bin. In the gutter. In the trenches of life. Oh, my eyes saw terrible things. But not because he's a bad person. It's just because we really didn't know better. We didn't know what we were even doing with our lives in the first place. Like, I was 19. What was I looking for in a relationship? And he was saying we will get married in 2 years. Thank God. Thank God you, Jesus.
I think I should add that I was searching for love in all the wrong places. Yeah, I think that's something that's that's something that greatly impacted my decision to get married at that time. yeah, I wanted to be loved.
So if you really knew what love was, let me say, because as a believer, if you knew who love was, I think it would have guided,
of course,
your choice.
Of course.
Because if you already know that I didn't do anything for God to love me, I didn't meet any criteria for him to love me so much that he literally died for me, it would influence your behavior towards people. You won't be desperate for somebody to love you. You won't be willing to do anything or to bend any rule or to. Some people are in relationships where they are not happy, but because it looks like this person loves me, let me just stay. After all, he loves me. After all, she loves me. She accepts me, and that is even less than the bare minimum. But I get what you mean by you're looking for love in the wrong places. Okay. So, what would you say was like the first shocker in your marriage? Because from the dating, I know you'd have been seeing some things.
Not say anything in dating.
Really?
The only thing I never should have gone ahead with is it wasn't a Christian.
Okay. So you didn't even have that unity of faith?
No, we didn't.
Okay.
He believed in Jesus, but he was not a Christian. Let's not even delve
so it was more
that.
like a religious type of thing.
I don't want to mention
about that relationship. Their sect of
Christianity.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, yeah.
That was what was happening. Okay. Yeah. So what was like the first major problem in the marriage?
He cheated.
That laughter was... which kind of laughter is that?
He cheated.
Did you know if he cheated while you were dating?
Of course he did.
And you knew?
I didn't know.
Okay, you didn't know at the time.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Wow.
I was so... No. I don't wish for anybody to, I apologize. I realized that I'm not completing some of my sentences. It's just I was so foolish. Like thinking back, there was a time I came back from service.
Okay.
NYSC.
Okay.
I came to visit, and he had moved from an old apartment to a new apartment.
Okay.
And he was showing me. I was like, why are you in so much in a hurry? We've not even done introduction yet. He's already telling me that this way we're going to stay. Like, okay, calm down. And he got people to clean the apartment, and so he bought a mattress and put in the room. So I went. I wasn't too satisfied with. I can't be a neat freak sometimes.
Okay.
I wasn't too satisfied with how they cleaned the place. I was like, oh, let me just put this here. I raised the bed, and these bangle earrings, this round.
Okay.
I saw under the bed. I'm like,
would they be for the cleaners?
Yeah, probably. For the cleaners. So I know that he had some small boys that used to work for him. And so he told me that he actually told them to clean. And actually, I know how the small boys is. That maybe they must have brought, Yeah, and then one other time, while we're still dating, I think I saw like a chat from Facebook. Not that I was going through his phone. I don't do that.
Okay.
I don't do that. But I was with his phone. And, I saw his chat. I'm like, oh, no. Something. So I asked him, I don't like it when men cry. When I ask you something, don't cry.
He cried.
Don't cry.
That's an abuser right there.
He said
he cried.
That he was bored. And because of course I didn't catch him cheating, but like the chats were
flirty.
So
he was bored.
He bored.
Doesn't have your number. He cannot play football. He was bored.
So those were the two instances. And the last one, he spent the night not in his house. So he told me that him and his dad, they did something, they had but looking back, it's nothing too solid, but looking back, it's possible that,
he might have,
yeah.
So those were the only... So when you now got married...
So when I got married, he cheated
and you knew.
Like few days after our...
I'm so sorry, a few days...
Yes, a few days after our wedding.
What's going on?
Yeah. Okay, so I found out that...
Were you having sex already?
Okay, yeah. So when I met him, I was a virgin.
Okay.
Right?
Hold on. So you were already having sex?
Yes. So I don't know what exactly he was looking for.
It is well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because sometimes... So the reason I ask is because sometimes as a newlywed, they can say, the first few times we tried to have sex, it wasn't...
so that's enough for him to...
I'm not saying it's an excuse. I'm saying like, if it was a case of... we have not...
I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying.
Like you found out, or he slept with the person a few days after.
No. Not that. Oh, okay. Let me clarify that.
Okay.
Not that he cheated a few days after our
wedding.
But I found out that That's his domain.
Oh, that's his strength.
his-
Core competence.
Yes,
Wow.
core competence.
Wow. So I
Yes.
was thinking that, okay, you found out.
No.
So like maybe he had been sleeping with somebody.
With somebody's.
Plural. So I was thinking that, okay, newlywed, you don't want to touch your wife.
No. He was.
Which is still a very foolish thing, but okay, wow.
Yeah.
So the cheating.
Yeah,
That's how we started.
like the one that blew my mind. Okay, so you know how Nigerian weddings are, like maybe Thursdays, Fridays,
Saturday,
that kind of thing.
okay.
So the hotel that he lodged his family, and, I found out that they came to come and do visiting. And somehow, the person landed in his own room. And somehow, a few days.
The wedding weekend.
Yeah, actually. So
these are the issues.
Yeah. So I was losing my mind. And I'm like, what's happening? So before he came back, I had already packed my bag. I can't do this. This is too much. And I would say that we have enablers. He called somebody very dear to me and told the person that the person should call me. I'm acting crazy because I was like, what?
Wait, sorry. So it was not about what he did.
No. It was about what he did, but
like when he was talking to this person, said you are acting crazy.
He should have told the person
did he say
that
what he did?
He did. Of course not.
You just said you were acting crazy.
Yeah, that she needs to call me and calm me down.
Calm you down. But he didn't mention his cheating.
He did not mention what he did.
Wow, so convenient.
Yeah, so she called me and said, okay, did he hit you? I said, no. She said, okay, since he did not hit me, I should just calm down first. That I should just calm down. And then, I went to her place and then he followed me because he knew that he had goofed. How do you explain doing something like your wedding weekend? How do you get out of that? So he knew that he had goofed. So he was just following me up and down. I'm like, just leave this place. I really do not want to see your face right now. And, she told me that, I might have to. She's a lot older. Let me add that. Maybe like 11, 12 years older than me.
So like his age mates.
Yeah, so she was like, I might have to, this is the reality. This is how that.
This is the reality.
So she now even told him that you safe, lock your phone. Because he gave me his phone.
She was telling him that himself he should lock his phone.
And that if he knows that this is the nonsense he wants to be doing,
he should lock his phone.
So the truth of the matter is,
he should just stop the nonsense. He should lock his phone.
And so the truth of the matter is, to be very honest, I can't even blame her. I don't know how. I know it sounds. I know I can't blame her because in her head, what does she want to advise him to stop cheating? He will not stop cheating.
So the thing about cheating is it's an appetite problem. And remember some days ago we were talking about faithfulness, and I said the person that will be faithful in marriage must have been faithful when he was single or when she was single.
Yeah.
You can't be sharing your body up and down to everybody in the streets, but think that once you tie the knots, once you say I do,
immediately
the appetite will just disappear.
Yeah.
Okay, the angels will hang it.
Okay.
No, it doesn't
glory. I see what you're saying.
It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. So I think let's just pause to say that how a person is when they are single, it will be magnified when they get married. If he's already cheating now, it is not because of you he will stop.
Of course not.
He will stop because he wants to.
Yeah,
not because he's married to you.
I agree.
If she's already talking to other men, getting money from other men, making herself available to other people just because you lack in a certain area, she will not stop when you get married. She will continue. And in fact, this time it will be on a grander scale.
Yeah.
Because once you know, it's like, what can you do about it? Now. Exactly.
He already knows and he stayed.
And he stayed.
So okay, so I should add that maybe he thought that I knew while we were dating.
Okay.
You know how some women will tell you, as long as he's not embarrassing me, as long as he's not bringing me home. And they don't see it like that now.
Okay.
So maybe in his head, he's thinking, she's probably cool with it now. I mean, we're all playing.
So she's just upset
game.
She's just upset that it's the wedding weekend.
Not
really about the cheating, about the timing.
Probably.
Thunder fire you. All right. So aside the cheating, what else? So that we can just.
Yeah. Okay. So I forgave him. I mean, I loved him. Yes.
Wow. This kind of love. Carry on.
So I forgave, and he said he was never going to do it again.
Just with mouth.
Yeah,
just with mouth.
Yeah, with mouth.
That's not how people change.
And so immediately I lost trust.
Of course.
I lost trust, and I was very skeptical. If he's going out, I'm like, there he goes again.
Because and that's the thing. Even when you break trust in a relationship, even on your way to repairing that trust, you have to be as open and as honest,
as vulnerable as possible.
Because if I've cheated on you before and you know, next time I'm going out, even though you have forgiven me, even though you love me, your mind will go there.
Yeah.
It's left to me to reassure you
Yeah.
that I know I've broken your trust before, but this is, I'm repairing my ways. I'm doing better. Okay, have access to this. This is where
This
I'm
is
going.
what you need to know.
When I get there, I will call you. This is who I'm going to be with. Just to allay, because I have already forgiven you, but I have not forgotten. So forgetting, help me to forget.
So the thing is,
don't be reminding me of things I've done before.
What they don't realize is in their head, or let me use him.
Okay.
In his head, he feels like if you say you've forgiven me, why are you still acting like this? Bruv. It's
because
not that simple.
You can't just tell me to trust you. You will prove that you're trustworthy.
Yes.
I need to see that, okay, these actions that led us to this point, they are being reversed. You can't tell me to trust you when you continue in said actions. That means you haven't changed. That means, what am I doing here?
Yes, I
get
agree.
So, I mean, yeah, but what else? What else would you say
I agree.
Was the problem in the marriage?
So I was financially abused. I was emotionally abused. I was physically abused.
So he still didn't let you work? Sexually abused?
Yes.
By your own husband?
Yes.
This is well.
Yes, it is.
I mean, when you think of sexual abuse, you think of random people. You think of maybe a friend who was not very okay in the head, maybe even a boyfriend. But when you think of a husband, when I think of husband, I think of like a caretaker. How can God assign me to you and you are malhandling me? Why?
There's something called intimate partner violence.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What does that mean?
Yeah. So I mean, intimate partner. Your partner,
like a sexual partner. Is that what it means? Okay.
Yes. Inflicting violence.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah, it goes both ways, Sha.
Yeah, of course. There are women who abuse men sexually, of course.
So I think that, so when we got married, after the whole cheating, the first week of marriage, and we forgave, we're trying to, I think he tried to in his own little way. Let me give him that. Was trying to be the perfect husband, and all of that.
There's some things you can't do by yourself.
No, you can, nah. So, after a while, it started. I'm very opinionated, okay, but I am not disrespectful.
Okay.
Yes. So, I started noticing that he had issues. Like, okay, so there was it's still vivid in my head. We went out and, we're with his friends and we're talking about stuff. And, I was giving my own opinion. We're not arguing, now, when adults are
like,
just
this is what I think,
that kind of a thing.
Okay.
Then we go home.
He was angry that you spoke. How dare you? How dare you speak in the council of men?
Embarrass him
by speaking?
I'm like, I was.
Did you? Sorry. So were you being ignorant on the topic? Because sometimes people can be loud and ignorant.
No.
You knew what you were saying.
It's just like,
so it's not like you were embarrassing him by saying something.
No, I wasn't saying something stupid.
So what was the
I try. I have brain
as well.
So I wasn't saying something stupid. We were just having a conversation about sports.
Okay.
Women in sports and and all of that. I was just giving my own example from stuff that I have watched, and it's not an argument of which right or who is wrong.
It's just, this is what I think.
This is what I think. It's just for you to correct me.
It's just bands now.
My sister. Said I had embarrassed
I know men that will be proud of their wife speaking in public.
Said I had embarrassed him.
Just shows how intelligent you are.
I said I had embarrassed him. Now what am I trying to do?
Yes. Okay, we're taking the spotlight from him.
Probably. I think I don't want to assume, but sometimes he acted like he was threatened.
Insecure.
Yeah. So after that, I started noticing he would talk down on me. I'll clip your wings. And I'm like, So before, I got married, I wasn't working. I just said, let me do this business. No. Let me do that. No. So there was a statement in me.
And it's not like it was an abundance of money.
Like I said, he was not a rich man.
Okay.
So I was like, let me do this, let me do that. Let me do this, let me do that. One day he told me what was in his heart. He said, when I've had these 4 boys, anything I want to do, I can now go and be doing.
Okay. Okay. So that's what you're here for? Child bearing.
Is that why we are here?
4 boys. He was specific about the
Very
gender.
Specific.
Does he know that the gender of the children are dependent on him?
Let's not even go
and
there.
Not you.
Let's not even go there.
Okay.
I should just sit like this
and bear 4 boys, and you raise them
doing nothing
for his empire and his legacy.
So when he said that, I'm like, oh, you know what? I need to use sense. So his dad had a a company.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, let me work with your dad. At least your dad, somebody,
Maybe
another
my
man,
wings are still within your company.
another man cannot come and
It's not
I'm still
possible.
in the family.
Yeah.
So he allowed that. I was there
Oh.
for a few months, and I think I know that I gave him my all, and then I got a job, a better job, and then I had to leave, and that was the beginning of our major problems.
Let's quickly talk about childbearing. What you said reminded me of what you were talking about earlier, with the miscarriages and the ectopic pregnancy.
Yeah.
So how did that happen?
My God. So, like I said, when I met him, I was a virgin.
Okay.
I was really, 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 really naive. I didn't know a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I mean, at 22, you're just discovering yourself, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't know a lot. So, I didn't want to have sex, if I'm going to be honest.
Okay, before marriage.
Before marriage,
okay,
I wanted to wait. But like I said, I was in love. It's like, we're going to get married anyways.
Anyways, let's just start now.
Please, shout out to all the ladies keeping themselves, virgins or not.
Continue to keep.
Continue to wait and continue to keep.
Keep keeping.
So, he's like, oh, we're getting married anyways. I'm like, okay, you know what, let's do it. We did it. And I was afraid that I had friends that told me, if he's not getting it from me, he's going to get it elsewhere.
Okay, must he get it? That's the first question.
I'm not getting it.
As I'm not getting it, did you die?
I'm not getting it too, So I gave in, and
because at the end of the day, he got it from you. He was still getting it outside.
He was still getting it outside.
So what's the point?
There was really no point.
Okay.
So I was serving, and I had to go back to base.
Okay.
Well, I was in so much pain. I was afraid, and it's like, oh, you don't have to be afraid now.
Because of the pregnancy?
No, I was afraid, like, I'm not married, I'm pregnant. So you had to remind me, babes, we've done our introduction. We're just waiting
to marry.
Yes. When your mark gets set, go. So I noticed I was in pain. I was spotting. It was crazy. It was. I don't wish that experience on anybody. I had to go to the hospital. I was violated in the hospital. That is another topic. I was violated by the doctor.
Both home and abroad, no peace for women.
No peace.
We take our peace in Jesus.
I was violated by the doctor because I just wanted relief. They said I had done an abortion. They were so sure
that you had done an abortion.
I had to show them a picture that, okay, I just did my introduction. This is my husband to be.
This is the first man I'm sleeping with in my life.
Like, please, I don't know what's happening to me. I just need help. Go here. And then I passed out, and then they rushed me, and then I was misdiagnosed. I would have lost my life. I'm so sure. Yes, I was misdiagnosed. They said I had a miscarriage.
Okay.
I had a miscarriage. Okay. All right, no problem. And I had to start dealing with the pain of a miscarriage that I did not have.
Imagine that.
Yes. And I was discharged. I went home, and they said, oh, you are good now.
But the pain.
And I was like, what is happening to me? I'll be in this room, and I'll be perceiving what they're cooking like 2 houses away.
Wow.
I'll be, like signs of pregnancy.
Yeah.
Basically. Apparently, so I think I should just use 2 minutes to school somebody. An ectopic pregnancy is when the pregnancy is formed outside of the womb.
Okay.
So in my case, in my case, it was in the fallopian tube.
Oh, the pregnancy was, that must be very
and so as the embryo keeps
growing, yeah.
And then as God will have it, or as whatever happened, there was it ruptured. It ruptured. Yeah, thank you for that word. It ruptured, and I thought I was going to die. This is how I was shy. I don't understand how to explain it.
But where was he in all of this?
He was not there with me.
It was, it was out of the country. He couldn't fly down.
Dr. Seuss, let's not go there.
No, I say, let me ask. I say he was, we not miss road. Where was he?
He was where he was. Yeah. So I went back. Wow. I was rushed to the hospital. Unfortunately, the doctors were on strike.
Oh,
yes.
So Nigeria.
They had to take me to a private clinic, and that's where they told me that it was an ectopic pregnancy that I needed to do. I needed to do that. So I was like, surgery. I've never had surgery. Like, what is happening? Like, they're like, oh, call your parents. I'm like, I don't want my parents to know. And how do I explain to my parents that I'm pregnant? Where do I start from? I called him to say, oh, this is what's happening. We need to pay money. You know how private hospitals are now. If you don't pay money, they watch you die.
Yes, no.
So like we need to pay money and da 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 da. So he sent me the money because I was not working. He did not let me work. Now I need money. I cannot help myself.
Wow.
So, you know, he sent me money. I paid. I'm like, okay, so how soon can you get here? It's like, he's working, but that he would try.
Why your life was on the line?
I think he came like 4 days after.
4 days. Let's you know what? Let's quickly move on before anger envelopes my heart. So yeah, eventually when you now had to cancel everything, like everybody go to your father's house, how did your parents take it? How did the family take it?
I'm going to be really, really my family was there for me.
Oh,
I'm like,
I wish you. I mean, it's too late, but if you had involved them from the beginning of the problem, that's the thing. Sometimes shame will keep us from seeking or from receiving help from people who genuinely love us, because this man clearly did not love you. But then because of the shame, you were not you did not reach out to those who could actually love you literally in your look. I mean, what to die? What's left? So if your family, if they were there with you in that period, I feel like it would have changed
there were
so
a lot
much.
Of things
in fact, you might not have gotten married to him.
Probably
if
not.
They had known.
Yeah.
But that's just one of the tools that the enemy will use, shame and guilt, to keep you in that pain, in that bad situation. Because I mean, so when you said you were ending the marriage, how did they step in?
So I looked at it. I said, we'll keep on having problems.
Yes. Because the foundation itself was already a problem.
Yeah, it got to a point. I stopped talking. I told him, I think that my voice is the problem with this marriage. Yes, I have a very loud voice. So you know what? I'll keep quiet for you. You can do whatever you want. He said, hey.
That's not how.
He said, hey, that now I'm talking.
Hey, my goodness. He said, hey.
He said, now I'm talking. That I should just relax.
I think that's why he went for somebody way younger. Because he just assumed that because you are younger, you would be. Of course, you were naive, but he didn't expect you to ever outgrow that naivety, or to ever have a voice, to ever have an opinion. So that's his spec. Clueless young women who don't really know themselves, or who don't really know what love is. Because if you had known from the beginning that this is not love, you will not even date. If you date, it's not even get to introduction.
Someone like that cannot even come my way now, Sha.
You get, because now you know better. Yeah. So I feel like those. No, I don't feel. I know that those people, they look out for, and that's the thing. I saw this quote maybe 2 months ago and said, narcissists don't have spec. They go to everybody. Is there anybody that would accept them that they stay with?
Yeah, true.
Somebody who manipulates, who lies, who lies for a living, who manipulates, who is they will try everybody. Yeah. Anybody who accepts is who they will stay with. Yeah. So they won't. It's not like they go for naive girls. It's naive girls that agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, but wow. So, So how about like your community really in that period?
So
how was that?
I had solid friends.
Not that woman that said, "What will you now do? That you should lock his phone." No. Okay.
In the end, she became supportive. She was one who helped me. That's a long story. I should be here. Yeah. Okay. So I withdrew a lot of things from my family. But when he hits me, he raped me several times. We didn't even talk about that.
Why?
Because I'm like, you cannot keep sleeping with other women.
And sleep with me too.
Why? How do you want me to feel about that?
Imagine that.
He says, I asked him, what's the difference between what you're doing with me and what you... He says the difference that he loves me.
He put his mouth to say he loves
them.
you.
Yes, he told me to my face.
But with them, it's just...
With them, it's just vibes. But with me, he loves
but
me.
with you, it's love. Wow.
So I should take it.
Take it.
So I told him, I cannot do this. Like, you claim because I'm just right from time. You say, is that what they're teaching you in your church?
Okay.
Is that what the Bible tells you?
Is that what they're teaching you in your own church?
Is that what the Bible tells you?
The Bible says you should...
if we use the Bible to judge this marriage,
is this love?
This thing you are doing.
Because love your wife as Christ loved the church. Why did Christ rape the church? Let's not go there.
Let's not go there. So, I told him I cannot... So initially my first solution was, keep quiet for him. He has... when you think he cannot go any lower, he strikes again. In my head, I'm like, yeah, this is what you have to deal with for the rest of your life.
But I'm sorry, why did you resign yourself to that?
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't that exposed. I didn't... when you're in a rut
So you
and
think
you
that's
can't
all
see
there is?
outside that.
Okay.
In my head, I'm like, you know what?
This is my lot.
My father
Wow.
told me not to marry him. I said, if I don't marry him, I will die. So this is it.
So your dad was not even supporting.
Initially, yeah, my dad was like, you know,
So
don't
you
marry this
literally
guy.
had to convince him.
Yeah. So I'm like, how do I now go back and tell
To
my
the same
dad
man?
that?
But that's just shame because like, at the end of the day, didn't he take you back with open arms?
Yeah.
Prodigal daughter, come home.
Which would get my daughter?
Imagine that.
Come home. So you know, I resigned my fate, and you know, I'm like, I could not. I can't say no. I should stay here and be eating from the pigsty.
Nah.
When my father's servants
are eating way better than this.
Nah. So you know, I told him that guy, see. So it got to the point where we were no longer having fights.
Okay.
Like we were literally having conversations. I remember one night we were lying down on the bed and we're having conversations, and I was like, "You sure you know that this marriage has ended?" He said, that he knows. Because I cannot take it. I cannot take what you're doing, and you cannot take what you're doing. So I mean,
because if it was you sleeping with 10 men a week,
so you know, he said, I'm too. I read a lot. Anybody that knows me knows that I like to read.
Yeah.
I mean, you can testify.
Yeah.
So he's like, the books I'm reading is getting in my head. I said, no.
So just be ignorant and fertile.
Yeah,
that's all.
He even he told me my single friends. I'm a married woman. I cannot, you know.
You can't roll with single women again. There is stain on your white.
Yeah, the department I was in the church, I have
Never.
to stop that.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a whole
just
lot
removed you from everybody.
Yes,
so he can deal with you
so
very well.
I was just standing alone. Thank God for God. I knew that I had to get out of there. You know? So I went back home. I told my parents asked me, you know, is this it? I said yes, you know. But in fact, that was not it. Because when I went back, we were officially separated, but we were sitting in the corner, you know.
Yeah. But technically by law, you're still married to him.
I was still married to him, but so that's the thing. The technicalities
involved in divorce.
It's not a smooth, it's not a straight path.
I think they do it that way so that for you to go through with it, you are really sure you want
when
to
you even
this.
meet with a lawyer, the first thing they'll try to do is reconciliation.
Yes. To be sure that have you really given it everything?
Yeah.
Then if you insist, if you go through that rigorous process and you divorce, that means you really wanted to. I think they made it that way. So that you can really think about it and not just it's not just I don't feel like being in this marriage anymore. You have to have seen things that will make you say no, this marriage does not work for me.
Yeah. Very correct. So, you know, we were separated, but he would call me up, how far will you come to the house, blah, 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 blah. In all of those, how far come to the house, I got pregnant.
Hey.
And in my head, I'm like, okay, maybe he will
now change with this new pregnancy. Hope it wasn't ectopic too.
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
We'll now become a real family.
That's one lie. That's one lie of the devil. That children will create a bond in the family.
Oh my God.
They will just come and meet the problem on ground, and then the problem will now shape their own lives too.
He said, lie.
Dysfunctional.
We should be doing single parenting.
Eh?
I said, fam, you paid my bride price.
Sorry. So you are pregnant.
Yes.
But he doesn't want to continue to repair the marriage.
And we're not divorced.
Okay. So we're not working. So he's not even saying, okay, let's reconcile, let's repair.
No, he said no, that commitment was our issue.
Our issue?
Commitment was your issue. Don't say commitment was our issue.
You are the one that cannot keep your sexual organs in one place.
Yes. So he's like, that have I not noticed that since like me and him are no longer living together, that everything has been fine. I say, is
that what it means for things to be fine?
I should be doing backyard marriage. Excuse me. What do you mean?
It is well.
So, you know, I was still very, very blind. He said, I was still hoping that. Fortunately, why am I saying unfortunately? I mean, at the time it was unfortunate, but now
imagine having a child together.
Please,
that means it will still be in your life.
I cannot imagine such. I cannot imagine such. So I lost the pregnancy, and you know, and that was, I told myself, I'm never letting this guy touch me again. I told him to go ahead because my mom said, you know, we in Nigeria, you know, traditionally, don't let people say that you are the one that left him.
When they
don't be the one to
after they finish talking, they will be okay. They will talk about somebody else.
So my mom was of the opinion that I shouldn't file for the
That he
divorce.
should. When would he ever file?
He
to leave
filed.
you?
He had the child now. See,
Yeah, I'm sorry. He had a child where?
I don't even know because I don't know, but I think it was with somebody and he just needed to, he filed and I honestly wanted peace. I told him, let's not drag ourselves because evidence, yakpa. Evidence.
Let's just resolve.
plenty.
Let's
There
just
was
dissolve this marriage and move
they
on.
slapped me. My face was like this.
Wow.
I had pictures because I've trashed all of those. I had pictures. The day he burnt my wedding pictures. I don't even know what happened. I don't know the spirit that entered him. I had pictures. So because I was already telling myself that I'm going to leave this guy. I'm going to leave this guy.
It was just a matter of time.
It was just a matter of time. So, when he filed, he said I was this, I was that. I called him. Like, how far? This is the lawyer, what your lawyer served me with. Are you aware of everything they types in this? He said, that I said, please tell your lawyer to change it. Come and retrieve the document so that we can just have peace.
You can't lie on my head after showing me shaggy.
Black and white.
No.
I took all of those things. Why would he not expect? He would expect that I would take that too.
That
now.
one.
You've been taking rubbish all along. So what stops you from taking this
rubbish?
It's just the last rubbish.
Send off rubbish.
Yeah. So just take it, And I told him that in 24 hours, you get the last man. Get it. If not, actually, that lying is
perjury.
It's a crime. So he didn't come. I called my lawyer. My lawyer said, we've called him and he said no. He said, stop all forms of communication with him. And, I stopped. And then my lawyer told me to send everything I had.
Immediately.
So, to anyone who is going through this, please do not lie to your lawyer.
Actually.
Anything you have done.
Don't lie to your lawyer. Don't lie to your doctor.
Don't lie to your lawyer, please. If there's anything you think that you cannot say out, please
say it.
Say it.
Otherwise, we hear it in court.
Yes, we will hear it in court in front of everybody. And you'll be surprised. So I told my lawyer everything. My lawyer said I should know that he doesn't have a case. I should go and relax. And I also, because at this point, I have to add that my mental health
was in the gutter. I can imagine.
Thank God for Jesus.
Thank you, Jesus.
Yes. So I told my lawyer that anything happening in court, I don't want to know. Anything they are saying, please don't tell me. I don't even want to appear in court more than once. Don't tell me. So I only appeared, and I told him the day I appear in court, I don't want him to be there.
Okay.
I don't want to see him. Please, just help me to let this thing just go. And then I said, I need money, I need money. I said, I don't want anything.
I need money.
I don't want money.
It's okay. The memory safe. Let me forget about it.
I should not be collecting monthly alerts from I don't want to.
No.
I don't want. So my lawyer said that I deserve some. I said, I know
I deserve peace. I deserve peace.
So they did everything. I appeared in court once. He wasn't there. Then on the final day, the day they dissolved the marriage, okay. Both of us were there. I don't think I was seeing clearly that day. I have to be honest. In all of this year, I don't think people really understood what I was going through. Because you know me, I'm the cheerful, bubbly. If I dance here, I scatter everywhere, I just, in all of this, I was still putting how people will feel. I don't want to make people feel uncomfortable. Please, just
choose yourself.
Choose yourself
first.
So he came afterwards that which way am I going so he can't drop me off? I don't remember my response, Sha. I'm going to be very honest.
Don't worry.
But I don't think that it was a good response.
Yes.
Yes. So I just left and months after I, started my journey to recovery and then I was doing my name change of name.
Very stressful. Affidavit. It will stress you a little. God. It is well.
And I broke down in the middle of the road. On the express, I was crying. I said, yes, this is time to check yourself into the mental health department of the hospital. You have to help yourself. Because I was telling myself, oh no, I can do this. I can do all things through Christ, strengthening me. I can do this. I have the mind of God. Okay. I went to the hospital and guess who I met? Our family doctor. That had been telling that this is what this guy is doing to me. That was the first time. The guy actually told me that he's so sorry. I had been telling him all of this and he He just couldn't understand what I was saying. Like, how will you say your husband raped you? It don't
Mm.
make any sense. Your husband just wanted to have sex with you. You know,
Imagine.
people will just trivialize.
Yeah.
You know, and I was diagnosed with mixed anxiety and depression, and I started taking pills. And you know, I'm like, how long will I continue popping pills? And the psychiatrist said 2 years plus therapy. I said 2 years of popping pills. I'm not gonna lie, the pills made me feel better. But at some point, I had to let go of those pills because I found out I was dependent on the pills to be happy.
Okay.
Yeah, but one thing I'll definitely recommend is therapy.
Okay.
Yeah, therapy. Therapy works, and it's expensive, but it works. And then I had to find an outlet. I started doing yoga. Yoga is very good for emotional release, I must say. I don't do all those their home and all those their
all the humming and all those.
I don't do all those their
okay.
I
Just
mean,
the stretches.
I do all the stretching, and when I meditate, like there's one I'm doing now for 30 days. We have our creed in church.
Okay.
So when they say their own, I say my own. This is my own. I'm the righteousness of God in Christ Jesus. I'm the redeemed of the Lord. I have the mind of God. You know, I must say that going to a Bible believing and the gospel preaching church
very important.
Really, really helps. I started doing things that I felt like I gave this guy my youth. I must say, you know. I'm not an old woman. Don't mind me. I just felt like I gave him part of my youth, you know. I started feeling very old. I'm like, nah. You know, I started going out, taking myself out on dates. But there's one part I must not miss. The part where I was fighting with God. Please don't fight with God. God loves you. I mean, it's in your weakness that is strength.
Of course.
Is made perfect. So it's in your darkness that his light shines the brightest. That's not the time. It's not the time you're in a mess that you're not.
That's when you need him the most.
No,
another lie of the enemy.
Yeah, that's another lie of the enemy. Yeah. So you know, for like 3 years, I'm like, I can do this thing my own way. I've been a good girl all my life. Where did he get me? You know, and I said, these streets people have been talking about, I enter the streets and see what is in it.
Nothing is in
my
the
beloved
streets.
Brethren.
Nothing.
I must say, as somebody who survived the streets, that there's absolutely nothing in the streets.
Nothing in the streets.
Yeah. So I almost lost my life. I almost lost my mind. I felt like I was going crazy. You know, but somehow God was like, come here. What is wrong with you?
Let me love you.
You know how? let me love
you know
when when a child does something silly and you're like, what is wrong with you?
Stop
Come
it.
Here, stop it. Don't you know that thing is not good for you? You know, and I learned how to receive love. And I must say, the difference is clear. As you can see, I'm glowing.
The taste is the difference.
The taste is the difference.
Wow.
You know,
wow. So to round up, let me ask, how, I mean, because healing is a journey, right? You can't say, oh, I'm fully healed. I don't think anybody can say that. I think that, you know, as the years go by, you just keep on learning and keep, you know, letting go of those mindsets and those strongholds, right? But moving on to your future, what kind of relationship are you looking forward to? And just where is your mind as when it comes to a new relationship?
Yeah. So the first thing for me is somebody who is like-minded.
Okay.
And I'm not just talking about beliefs. I'm not just talking about is a Jesus baby, means I'm a Jesus baby. I'm talking about mindsets.
Okay.
Yes.
That unity of vision, that unity of mind.
Of mind, oneness of mind. That's what I'm talking about. So that's like the first screening point for me. Okay. You don't even need to know that I'm screening you. From our conversations, I can already talk, it's like, we're
not on the same street.
It's like, this is not gonna work. You know, yeah. So that's usually the first thing for me. And another thing is how a man views women.
Okay.
I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, I'm a feminist. I'm, you know, I am a feminist in the real sense of the word feminist, not what people take
not
feminism to be, not misandry.
Yeah.
I believe that men and women should have, you know, equal chances, equal opportunities. Yeah. And I also believe that, you know, as Christ is the head of the church, man is the head of the home. So before I will submit to the man that
your head must be correct.
Your head must be really, really, really correct. Yes. So you must have a good head on I wrote it down because it's really important.
Yeah.
And then I must also be with somebody who understands the need for individuality.
Okay.
Yeah, my light
Don't
is
try
very
to impose
bright.
on me.
My light is very bright. I do not want somebody who will be threatened by she's going ahead and doing her own thing.
You to do your own thing now.
For Christ's sake. Do your own thing and be secure in doing your own thing.
Yeah.
You know. And then, of course, no type of abuse whatsoever.
No, whatsoever.
You will not speak to me in a manner that is demeaning.
Because now from clap dance they start. If you're already shouting at me and calling me names, one day you will beat me.
I'm a lover girl. I love hard. I love like my father loves. You know.
Yeah.
So I love hard, and I'm not saying that I want to be with a perfect person.
Yeah, okay.
I understand that.
I get that.
Yeah, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that we need to align. There needs to be some form of alignment. And then I think finally, being accountable.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Being accountable to each other and being accountable to God, being accountable to maybe like a spiritual head, like a pastor. I'm not really the type of person to do my pastor. Okay. I cherish, love and respect my spiritual leaders. Yeah. I'm not really I don't know how to explain.
I get like obsessing over.
Yeah, I'm not that type. Yeah. Okay.
Nobody should be that type.
Yeah. But so but we should be accountable to, we should have a common vision, a common goal. Yeah, stuff like that.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for this. I really appreciate this. And I'm just going to reiterate what I said earlier. The fact that you have had a bad experience does not mean you should remain in the bad experience or that you can't enjoy a good relationship moving forward. It is not true. It is not true. Children fall, they get up again. Yeah. We are all working today, but one day there was a time when we couldn't walk. And we were trying to walk and then we failed. But we didn't, our parents let us give up. We kept trying until we could walk, until we could run. Yeah. So don't give up. Don't give up. And another thing is receive healing. Receive healing from God. Because if you don't heal, if you're not even on that journey of healing, any other relationship you enter, you will spoil things. Because the memory, sometimes the trauma would keep you from allowing somebody else to love you. Because there's a lie in your head that says, but that guy too, he said he loved me, see what he did. Yes. Oh, this babe too, she claimed she loved me, see what she did. It is a lie. That is that person. That behavior is with them. Somebody else will love you properly. Somebody else will take good care of you. Somebody else will be there for you and be a solid partner to you. So please heal. Receive healing from God. Open your heart to receive love. This time, open your eyes. Open your spiritual eyes, your physical eyes. Think. Don't go with the flow. Don't go with your feelings. Open your head and think. Don't just say, I like him. I like him is not enough.
It's not.
I love her is not enough.
It's not enough.
All these things. It is well. It is well. We really have to go now. Thank you to everyone who listened today. If you need someone to, so I have a trauma therapist who's my friend, my very close friend, and she deals with things like this. If you need to talk about violence or mistreatment in your marriage, in your relationship, please reach out to me, and I will lead you to the appropriate quarters. Share this with somebody who who needs this. Healing is important. We need to move on.
I think Lagos State has a domestic violence.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. There are other private ones, like for example, like privacy. There are other private organizations. Seek help. You don't have to remain in the pain, in the torment, and in the torture. It's okay. Arise from the trenches.
G-Mason.
That's it. There is real love. There is true love. You deserve to experience it. Yes. Thank you for listening today. Love you. Bye.